Hey parents, this is Coach Mike, and I have the pleasure for the next 10 weeks of training your kids to get to their potential. And I'm really excited about that. There's a few things that I like to do. First of all, I love this idea of having a more of a direct relationship, separate relationship with the parents, because frankly, for this kind of training to work, especially when they're younger or inexperienced with this kind of training, it's going to require you guys to help them get organized. So I want to use this vehicle as a way to kind of share some of my ideas and things that have worked with other players, other parents, but also a way to explain new and exciting things that are coming up. So first thing is, as you know, if you have been with us before, we track three things very carefully. Work rate, we want them to increase their work rate. We track and we want them to increase their grit. And the third is skills. If you think about those three things, they are almost the secret formula to anything you do and anything they do in life. Working hard, being gritty, which is persevering, persisting, and then acquiring skills. So I absolutely love Captain Leap. I love soccer, but I love Captain Leap because it teaches these amazing, crazy, amazing life skills that translate to every part of their lives. And that just gets me so excited and so passionate about their development when I see that I'm reaching them on those three areas. So here's a couple things that I'm excited about for this, particularly for your kids in this particular season, which is the fall 2020. We have just launched two new pieces of technology, two new modules. One is called Goal Adjustments. You guys know as parents that if you can set these wild, crazy goals, but you see people do this all the time. You don't put the work in, or you don't persist and you don't continue to do what's necessary to be successful, well, you never reach your goals. Your kids knowing that and understanding that and linking their goals to what they actually do is, and you know this, it's critical in their lives. So we put in this new module. It's called Goal Adjustments. You will see it. In fact, I want you to see it. I want you to spend a little time with this particular technology and your kids to make sure they understand it, make sure you understand it. So for example, they have to set not only just hours goals now, they set their skill goal. What level do they want to accomplish at the end of the 10 weeks? And they set their grit goal. How gritty do they want to be? How persistent? How consistent and persistent are they in achieving the tasks that they are required to achieve and exceeding those tasks, which is really cool because that, frankly, is the formula. I mentioned this before in my orientation video that all your kids have seen. The formula is high grit. Almost, if they do almost nothing else and they focus on getting really high grit and making sure they train out of their comfort zone, they're going to hit a home run. And that's what I am really wanting for these guys. So goal adjustments, spend a little bit of time on goal adjustments. And the reason is this: let's say one of your kids sets a goal of, I want to be at a college level skill by the end of the 10 weeks. I would want that too. But they set a goal of only 2 hours a week, and they set a goal, or they actually do only about 70% grit. There is absolutely almost no possible way for them to achieve that goal. We created a artificial intelligence kind of module that analyzes their goals, analyzes where they started from, analyzes all of the data that I've got from thousands and thousands of players and says, okay, you can achieve that, or okay, you need to adjust your goals. That's super, super cool stuff and powerful stuff. So I want you guys to be aware of that. The second module is actually right under that. It's on the same page, and it's called My Technique, and it's corrections. It's the corrections side of My Technique. So go through these two things. You will find all of this if you go through the update skills portion of week 1. And even if they've already gone through update skills portion of week 1, it's okay. Just have them redo it. And enter in exactly the same data. It'll keep that data, and then it'll walk through the same process. So it's not like they're losing anything. They're not losing grit. They're not losing anything else. They're just going to redo it so you can see it. And My Technique is one of the things that I have been missing in my training, and that is, what would it be like if you had a technical coach sitting there one-on-one with you, looking at your technique and saying, hey, correct this, and this is how you correct that. That's what I think has been missing. I've been kind of asking the kids to compare videos. Now we have it very specifically where they have their technique, we have our standard technique. They will then be asked, what is different? What is different? You remember the old things when we were growing up as kids? What is different? What does not belong? Or what is different in this picture? And they want to pick out what's different. And as soon as they do that, I will then present a very specific video that shows them that part of the technique they must master. I can't tell you how excited we are. This was something that we were working on with Anders, and he was super excited about it. And it's so sad that we lost him, but that he passed away in June. But anyway, we are super excited about that. His legacy will live on in your kids. So that's work, grit, skills. That's goal adjustments, and that's my technique. That's the third topic I wanted to talk to you guys about is week 1 and 2. Week 1 and 2 is critical for you guys to be involved. Even if you guys have pros, there's some of you players that have done, some of your players have done 4 or 5 programs with us. Even if they are pros at this and they know it, you should stay in touch. You should stay involved. Ask them, hey, do you need any help in week 1? I can tell you the new kids that are out there that have never done this before, they absolutely need your guidance, your structure, your help kind of setting up, because it's kind of like it's setting up a 10-week training course in anything. You're going to have some technology, online training technology. You're going to have some, okay, this is how the process works. Here's how the flow works. Here's how you log your scores. Here's how you check your scores. Here's how you get for extra help. All of that is here. And that usually requires a parent to be somewhat involved. Not like hours and hours and hours, but you got to help them set up. So for new players, new parents, do that. If you struggle and you can't figure it out, what I usually do is hook you up. If you're new or you're existing and you're having a hard time, I want you to reach out. Reach out to Maria, reach out to me. I want to have that one-on-one relationship with you guys. I want you to be a part of my family, and I would like to be a part of your family. And the way to do that is for me to really care deeply about your players and really help them connect the dots. If I can help them connect the dots in soccer and in life, I will feel so privileged and fulfilled that I'm actually doing something more than just teaching them how to knock a ball around. And that's really what I'm about. Okay, so reach out, be a part of my family, and hopefully I can be a part of yours.